Hey yo, LAZ man, Gen Pop, we in the building like fire alarms. You heard, we taking over these YouTube streets, man. Comment gang in the building, Slim Blunt gang in the building. You heard, the whole Brooklyn on the check-in, Brownsville, Uptown, Dykeman. You heard, Mount Vernon was popping. I got my bro Dre in the building today. You heard, telling some classic stories from Greene that some consider the wildest jail, the wildest prison in New York State. You heard? Leave a comment if you disagree with that. Make sure y'all share this on Facebook. Make sure y'all tweet this out. Make sure y'all leave a comment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure y'all hit that bell so you get that alert when I drop a new episode, because I'm about to go in and drop a whole lot of new episodes for facts. Z-Man, Suicide Polo, Ski Man. You heard? Gen Pop gang in the building. Let's get it. Shout out to all the supporters that be hitting up that Cash App, that Venmo, that PayPal, and be copping that merchandise off genpop.store.
You remember Shea Davis?
I don't think I was there when he was there.
Yeah, you know who he is though, right?
He talking about the rap, the son from Smack DVD and all of that.
Shea Davis was with us too, or whatever. And I got a story with Shea Davis, man. Shea Davis had took a nigga Tams, and the nigga who Tams he took, you know, the nigga had some peoples and shit, so they was like on Shea Davis, and nigga was like, he came to me, he was like, yo, I took a nigga Tams, blah blah blah. Niggas is trying to get at me, and I heard he took the Tams. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said, yo, listen, man, I got something for you, my G. And he was like, yo, just give it to me. I was like, I got something for you, bro. But I'm telling you right now, do not take my shit unless you bust it, my nigga. And nigga was like, all right, cool, give it to me. He couldn't wait. I gave him that shit. That nigga went to chow the next morning, and motherfucker, he just started splitting niggas. Yeah, shit. He was cutting niggas all the way till they packed him up till he got caught. I don't know if he didn't want to be there no more or whatever, but he just was on the rampage.
In the mess hall?
Yeah, he blasted a nigga in the mess hall. He blasted about 2 niggas on the walkway, and I think he blasted another nigga.
And they got him up out of there?
Yeah, they got him up out of there. They was chasing him. They was chasing him. There's some shit out the movie. They was chasing him. He threw the razor on the roof, and the shit fell right back down and landed right in front of him.
Well, on the mess hall roof?
Yeah, he threw the shit up there in the mess hall roof, and the shit motherfucker came right back down in front of him. The police was chasing him. Crazy, yo. I got fucking stories for days up in that Greene shit, man. But yo, like you were saying, man, every hour on the hour, somebody is getting cut in Greene. That shit is definitely gladiator school, razor tag for real.
Yeah, man. And then what's crazy about it is once you be there for a minute, that shit is just nothing to you. You don't even give a fuck no more. You be like, red dot, who cares?
Right, exactly.
Long as it ain't the people's, who cares?
Exactly. That shit becomes just like, fuck it, everyday shit. Like in the town when you hear a nigga get shot, it's like, damn, hoping ain't nobody I know.
Straight up. And then what happens is after you get used to that shit, you go to the next jail, you be like, this shit is pussy.
Yeah.
You be like, this shit laid back, nigga. This is nothing.
Word. And you go to the next jail, the niggas don't really know how to handle shit. Because of, you know, that shit, how we go down, the shit how go down in Greene, and the niggas never been in a situation before, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, but like I was talking with my man, we was saying, the thing is about Greene and Coxsackie, like them jails got their own rules, and other jails in the state, they don't function like that at all. You feel what I'm saying? Like Greene, like you can't be, you go in a nigga, you can't be popping no lockers in them other jails in the state. Niggas will body you. You feel what I'm saying? That's some Greene shit where niggas get away with stealing and Know what I mean? Like, other them adult jails up in the mountains, they ain't playing none of that shit.
Yeah, nigga stick a fucking long knife through your body.
The whole dorm would be down with it too.
Yep.
You steal out of one nigga locker, they be like, yeah, let's go, let's get him out of here.
Yep, niggas don't play that sneak thieving shit.
Straight up, man. But Greene, that shit is just like law of the land, nigga. If you ain't nobody, niggas gonna go up in your locker.
Yeah, I seen a nigga move his whole locker into the other nigga's spot and took his whole locker.
I seen a nigga do that shit before too, and I seen a nigga do that in Franklin. Nigga lifted his whole entire locker up, moved that shit,
and put it in the other nigga's spot.
Straight up. That's a whole different kind of heist.
Definitely, nigga. I remember I waking up in the middle of the night in Greene and I just see a mattress motherfucker moving through the fucking
What you mean? Niggas taking the mattress?
Niggas stole the nigga mattress. Niggas like the mattress is just fucking moving across. I'm like, yo, I was like, I'm not fucking. All I see is a mattress just moving. Cause you know you got the double bunk in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see the fucking mattress moving. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, this motherfucker?
Niggas steal anything in that motherfucker.
Hell yeah, man! You better be on your shit. Niggas stole my shit before, yo. Niggas stole my shit, nigga. I woke up, I said, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody in the fucking section, the whole section. You know, the lights go out like 10, 11 or some shit like that. The lights go out. And motherfucker, I waited till the lights went out. And motherfucking, I went to the nigga next to me. The nigga was asleep. I gave that nigga a rude awakening. I just started smacking the fuck out of that nigga. Like, open your fucking locker, nigga. The nigga had my shit, nigga. I was going berserk on that nigga, man. I was beating this nigga. I beat that nigga ass so motherfucking bad. I beat his ass earlier to the morning, like New Jack City, when that nigga, when Ice-T was fucking up Nino and it was daytime. Yo, I was trying to kill this nigga, man. The niggas I was with, they wouldn't let me blast the nigga because they kept grabbing my arm like, no, fuck this shit. So I got loose from my niggas and I went to the hot pot where the hot water be. And I filled up the fucking big ass jug of hot water. I threw that shit in his face. He started screaming. He woke the police up and shit. And the nigga was letting me rock. He was letting me do him dirty all the way until I hit him in the jaw and I broke his jaw. And the CO was like, "That's it. Now I gotta pull the pin. That shit is broke." He said, "He said that's broke. He can't hold that down. I gotta pull the pin."
And what that nigga had? What he had stole?
That nigga was stealing my mail. Like he was stealing my mail and was going to the school fronting like he was me.
What the fuck?
Is that crazy or what?
Fronting like he was you.
Yeah, like he like when I got my shit back, like I could see my name was scribbled out, like, you know, it's like whoever's writing me, they like to Dre or whatever have you. He'll have my name scribbled out, and his name will be like on the top of the shit.
Damn, that nigga was suffering from an illness.
Yeah.
Fuck is that nigga doing? That
fucking dingbat shit. And he almost lost his life behind that shit.
That shit crazy, bro.
Word. I want to say this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that I came in encounter with that was a good nigga that I linked up with is a good nigga in the town, taking care of their family, either got a job working or whatever they doing good in the street. You know what I mean? And those relationships that I value from everybody that came from Greene or in the penitentiary system that I came across or whatever, it's like pretty much like been in my corner. You know, plenty of times I might have been fucked up out here in the street one time, and I call one of my dudes that I met in prison or whatever, and the help will be there, whether it's a job, money, whatever have you. Like, you know, I built some real strong relationships with some great men coming out of the prison system. You know what I mean?
That pen shit, sometimes it turn niggas into a certain type of real nigga. that they probably would have never discovered. You understand
That's
what
right.
I'm saying? So you know, it's that time you gotta utilize that shit for. You gotta use that shit to strengthen your shit and upgrade your shit.
That's right. That's right. They say adversity bring the best up out of you. Like, you know, when you're going through a fucked up situation, because prison is a fucked up situation. You're away from your family, you're away from your loved ones, or whatever. You don't got your freedom or whatever. But that shit bring the best out of a great man and make him even better. You know what I mean? And you know, it's holiday season or whatever have you. And I remember pretty much when I was in prison, pretty much like Christmas and Thanksgiving and things like that, then that's when the most shit goes down, because dudes are stressed out because they not around their family. And that's when majority of the shit goes down. Like pretty much I seen the most violent shit happen to niggas during Christmas and Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, man, niggas be on edge.
On the edge, especially about the phone. Over a motherfucker collect phone. Niggas were ready to kill each other, collect phone in there around the holiday season.
Word. Or a nigga miss a visit, nigga don't get a good visit, nigga be on edge.
On edge, that's right. Miss a visit, don't get a visit. Oh, you know what's classic about Greene? Like you get called to the visit and you don't got a visit, and niggas get your ass on the walkway.
What you mean, like niggas was setting niggas up like that, saying that you had a visit?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit. I seen that shit happen a couple of times.
I know niggas was doing that with sick call. Niggas will put your ass on a sick call list. And you be going to sick call, like, what the fuck they calling me to sick call for? Niggas be laying for your ass by the hospital, by the clinic.
Yeah, I seen that happen, and I seen the shit that I'm happen too. The visit shit happened too, where the dorm I was in on the south side, I think it might have been G dorm. They had the police under the wing like that, where they'll say, yo, call that nigga to the visit. And send him down to the visit, and once he get to walking down that walkway, that nigga be fooled. He get tore the fuck up.
That's crazy, bro.
And just so happened, these two people was from Brooklyn. Just so happened. He said, they was like, we from Brooklyn. He said, all right, I need you to go run tell everybody that Born Son is here. And kid you not, maybe like 20, 30 minutes of us standing there, maybe like 20 or 30 came, and with all kinds of bags of food, all kinds they was bringing them. Like he was like Lord. I did 14.
Damn. I know you was in Greene for mad long, because when I got to Greene, you was already a vet in Greene, right?
Yeah, I was already a vet. I did 8 years in Greene.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I know you saw, like, I know you got 10,000 Greene stories if you was there for 8 years.
I mean, I was the Greene emperor. I was the emperor of Greene.
So you said you came there with Born Son from the Cat?
Yeah, we was in the Cat together, and it's ironic because when I was in the Cat, I wasn't even dealing with him like that. You know what I mean? But he had did some major in the Cat that even the police was jocking him, because a riot took place with the Muslims in Brooklyn. So you know, at the time, Born Son was Muslim and he from Brooklyn, and so was getting stabbed. I'm talking about the cut was out the way. This was getting stabbed, like it was that deep. So that shit was going on for probably like 2 weeks, and he just came outside and just called the niggas to the middle of the yard and was like, yo, he said, I'm Muslim and I'm from Brooklyn. And he was like, yo, if another nigga get cut in this motherfucker without coming to me or talking to me about it, then they gonna have to answer to me, and walked off, and then the riot was just straight fucking over. the shit was straight. Even the police was like, "Oh shit!" So from there, you know, they packed him up and they put me on the draft too. So you know, we on the draft, we cuffed together and shit. I'm younger than him, so he looked at me. He was like, "Yo, shorty, what you gonna do when you get over there?" So he couldn't believe it. I was like, "I'm gonna take the motherfucker over." so he said, he started laughing and shit. So I was like, "So what's so funny?" He was like, "Yeah, cause I'm gonna do the same shit." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we both gonna take it over." And that was it. We was cuffed together. We got over there. We got our property. And you know, back then, you know, the police give you your property and they just like send you on your way. They be like, "All right, go to L dorm or go to K dorm or go to J dorm." And you know that the walk from reception to them dorms is like crazy far.
Hell yeah.
So they like, "All right, go to I dorm." They put us in I-1. So you know, as we walking with our property and all of that, we seeing people is getting cut. So I'm like, "Oh, this shit is crazy." You know,
what year was this like? What year was this like? 9-5?
This was 9-6.
Okay, kid. All right, yeah.
This is 9-6. So we walking up the walkway, and as we walking up, the people coming down, and dudes is getting cut. So we like, "Oh, this shit is crazy. This shit is loose." So you know, we got in the dorm. He went on one side, I went on the other side, or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? I figured that was it. You know what I'm saying? To go on his journey, whatever. So I'm unpacking my shit, or whatever have you. And then the next thing you know, I look up. He was standing in front of my cube. So I'm like, "Okay, what's up, my nigga?" I'm like, "What's going on?" He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna need you to come with me someplace." So I'm like, "All right, cool. Let me put my sneakers and shit on." So in my head, I'm like, "Yo, here go the bullshit. I thought this nigga was my peoples, and now this nigga gonna try to cut me." Word. So he like, "Yo, I need you to come with me someplace." So I'm like, "All right, put my sneakers and shit on." So we get outside, we walk, and I say, "So where we going?" He said, we're gonna go to the library." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So we walking on the walkway, whatever. We walking and talking and shit. You know, I'm on point. We walking. We got to the front of the library. Start looking around. So I'm like, "Yo, what you doing?" He was like, just chill, relax." So I'm like, "All right." And then he seen 2 kids, and he said, "Yo, come over here." And he asked me, he said, "Yo, where you from?" And just so happened, these 2 people was from Brooklyn. Just so happened. He said, they was like, "We from Brooklyn." He said, "All right, I need you to go tell everybody that Born Son is here." And they was like, "All right, cool." So they ran off. So when they ran off, I said, "Yo, you call me to the library for this shit, man?" He was like, "Just relax, man, relax." And kid you not, maybe like 20-30 minutes of us standing there, maybe like 20 or 30 niggas came, and with all kinds of shit, bags of food, all kinds of shit they was bringing them. Like he was like Lord. He was like God, a God. They was like God was there. I was like, "Oh shit!" I didn't know the nigga was that strong. Then when we get back, he became my man. Like, you know, we was tight. We was real tight. So, you know, every morning we play chess and we talk about Biggie and Pac. We argue about Biggie and Pac. And then he used to watch the Tony Braxton video every morning. He wouldn't let nobody touch the motherfucking TV until that Tony Braxton video was over. That Unbreak My Heart shit. That was his shit. But after a while, time go on, right? So, you know, back then, you know, the Spanish niggas was pretty much they was running the spot. They was running the spot. They was cutting everything moving. So I'm from Valhalla, so you know my jail is Valhalla. Cause I come from Mount Vernon, so they sent us to Valhalla, and then we go up north. Y'all come from Rikers Island. So the gang shit was going on. The blood shit had just started. And, you know, they was cutting everybody on Rikers Island. So the Spanish dudes was like, they wanted their revenge. So when black dudes come up, they was cutting them. So they was cutting majority of the black dudes. They didn't care whether you was in the gang or not. So he came to me one day. He was like, yo, Dre, you don't see what's going on? I was like, what happened? He was like, yo, they cutting all the black dudes. I was like, they probably did some shit. Like, you know me, I'm thinking like, I don't really know too much about the gang culture. So I was like, they probably did something. I don't know. He was like, nah, we can't go for that. I was like, all right, so what we gonna do? He was like, nah, I'm dead in that. So I said, how you gonna do that? He was like, watch this. He said, all I need you to do is stand next to me. So he had this little Spanish dude that was his pupil. Like he was teaching him, he was schooling him. He was schooling the both of us. He taught me how to be a general. So he had a little Spanish dude, he was his interpreter. So he was like, yo, we gonna go to the yard, right? And all I need you to do is just stand next to me when we go to the yard. I was like, all right, cool, I'll do that. So we called all the heads to the yard, to every gang, all of them. All the Yetas, the Kings, the Dominican Republic, a couple of rat hunters was there. He called all the heads there. But on the low, what he did was he had told all the black people to come outside and just post up around the yard, because back then where that box is at now, that shit used to be the yard. That shit was all yard. So we get out there, they all came out there, and he told his little interpreter, he said, yo, tell him I said this. If another black motherfucker get cut in this motherfucker without going through me or talking to me about it, or me sanctioning it, then y'all niggas is the fuck out of here. And the little dude, he said, make sure you say that shit the same way I said it. And the little dude said it in Spanish to them, or whatever have you. And you should have saw the look on these motherfuckers' face. They couldn't believe he said it. They couldn't believe he said that shit. But then, after he said that, he told them, he said, yo, look at the yard. We got you motherfuckers surrounded. And then when they looked at the yard and they seen how all the black dudes was together and all of that, they was like, okay. And everybody shook hands, and then that was the end of it. That was the end of it. But then the next thing you know, the boy was so strong that he started knocking down the CO. He started knocking down the CO. Shout out to me. He used to have me holding the door down. He used to be like, yo, Dre, don't let nobody ask for no envelope, no soap, no nothing. Just chill here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And dudes be like, yo, what the pop? Like, yo, they're busy right now. Just hold up, relax, man. Go do something. So that nigga used to be knocking her down or whatever have you. And then the next thing you know, they couldn't take it. And then they dropped a million slips on them and got my bro out of there, man.
Yeah, when I got there, son probably was there for like a month. And then they just got that nigga up out. I remember when they packed son up. I was still on the old side. Mostly everybody was on the new side at that time. But yeah, I remember that shit, my nigga.
Yeah, yo, and shout out to my bros, Pow Wow, Glock, Homo, Rahman, you know what I mean, Slave. You know what I'm saying? That was the peoples up in there. You know what I'm saying? That was the Brooklyn team. You know what I mean? We used to have so much fun in that motherfucker. It was like we wasn't in jail because we had that shit on lock. You know what I mean? And I remember one time, little Pow Wow was his nephew from the town. I remember one time, Born Son had a little light argument with a little young dude. Young dude wasn't even on his level though, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, all right, I got something for you. And the little dude, you know what I'm saying? I thought that shit was over with. I thought he left that shit alone. Motherfucker, that nigga went and whispered some shit in Pow Wow ear, and Pow Wow just went and just slapped the fuck out of that nigga. Real though, but when they packed him up, that shit hurt it, man, because, you know, that nigga was like my mentor. Like, that nigga was my mentor. He was like my general. Like, you know what I'm saying? He taught me how to general. So when he left or whatever have you, like, you know, I just filled that role. I filled that role when he left, yo. But he really taught me how to general, yo. He was a true general, yo. For real. To the T. Yeah. And his mannerism and his code of ethics on the inside and the shit that he lived by was like on another level. Like just say we having a conversation, you can't walk in between. If you walk in between while he talking, he gonna smack the shit out you. I seen him do that. I seen him. If you talking or whatever have you, and he feel as though you trying to listen to his conversation or some type of way, I see him was like, yo, hold on for a minute, Dre, hold on. I'd be like, yo, what's up? And he'd be, hold on, and he'll stop talking, and I seen him walk over and smack blood out of the nigga mouth on the wall and say, stop listening to my conversation. He was really on it.
Yeah,
for real, he was on it. And I was in that spot for 8 years. 8 years. That was my joint right there. Everybody will tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? That's Dre's spot. Even when my family used to come see me on the visit, they used to be like, yo, you going to see my, they'll spit my last name. They'd be like, yo, that dude right there, he run this spot. Because, you know, I had people in every area. Reception. We get the sheet to see who coming in and who coming into jail, who leaving out the jail. I got people working in small engines. I got people working in the metal shop. I got people working in transitional service. I got people working in ART. I got people working in ASAT. Like, you know, we had the joint tied down. But I was there with God Bless the Dead. Shout to Rab, my boy Jodeci. Squeak was there. Rab, Jodeci, Squeak, Block, Crime, Amo. That was Muhammad Habib. I don't know if you remember Muhammad Habib. Yeah, because Muhammad Habib he was real big, and he did whatever Born Sunset do. And if you got that shit and he's Born Sunset at you, you don't get that shit up, you're getting done dirty.
You talking about that? You talking about drugs? You talking about what bag? You talking about the weed or the motherfucking whatever?
Whatever you got, weed, coke, dope, ecstasy, whatever the fuck you got. If you got that shit and he hear you got it and you don't give it up, Muhammad Ali is gonna do you dirty. And niggas is only talking to you one time. There ain't gonna be no argument, no back and forth, none of that. All right, you don't want to give it up. All right, cool. Then from there, you getting done dirty. We started the Nubians up in there.
I remember that.
Yeah, we had our own little shit going or whatever. It wasn't no birds down with Nubians and none of that. Army Shah, Shah Real, Blue, my boy DJ. I came across a million stand-up dudes in prison. I could pretty much say a million, just me being there that 8 years, because you know it's like 2,000 people that come through there. I think it hold like 2,000 people for both sides, the north side and the south side, or whatever have you. But I came across at least when the population flipped. You can imagine how many times the population flipped within 8 years. And I came across, like, I could pretty much say a million stand-up dudes. I don't know if you know my man Fly Ty. He was there.
You talking about Fly Ty that got killed from Fort Greene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't know, son, but that's Squeak cousin.
Yeah, that was my boy. We was in the cat together. Me and him used to be on the pull-up bar together. Me, him, Black Seed. Shout to Max B. Max B used to be on the pull-up bar with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know the Brooklyn dudes be on the pull-up bar. They take niggas' boots and shit at the pull-up bar. If you wasn't tough, You wasn't tough. You was getting your shit taken. The niggas that have you kick off them Timberlands and slide you them air patakis and shit. You know what I'm saying? If dudes don't know what the air patakis is, that's them sneakers. They look like Converse and they look like Pro Keds, but they just like some no name bullshit. That's state bullshit sneakers. And niggas that have you kick them shits off. If you ain't tough, nigga, you ain't having them Tams. Word.
Yeah, man. That nigga Black Seed is my bro too, man.
Yeah. We used to be at the pull-up bar all together, man. All the thoroughbreds. That was our hangout spot in the cat over there at the pull-up bar in the corner. Real for real. But I had some times up in Greene, man. I was there for a whole bunch of rides. I was in the cat for a whole bunch of rides too. I made it out of there through the grace of God though. I had to hit that switch. Like, you know, this is gonna be my home. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, I got to be with the top tier niggas.
That's a fact. You used to work out with Army Shy, right?
Yeah, me, Army Shy Real. Word, that was big bro. Him and Shy Real. Well, them niggas, they got me right. They got me on my workout regime. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all niggas was animals.
Yeah, we was working that thing, man. They taught me. They gave me them survival tactics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we were walking around the yard. Whoever got it, they got to give it up. You know what I mean? Whoever got it, they went on a visit. You got it. You got them drugs or whatever. You got to give it up. You know what I mean? Straight like that.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of drugs floating through Greene.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I remember one time, it's this kid, he was from Queens, his name was, but used to go down there, he used to get the mother load. Like, he used to be coming back with ounces, and he just was just looking for the right people to fuck with, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the Kings might have had him. The Kings had him up under the wing, but they was like kind of like they wasn't treating him right. You know what I mean? You know how you give a nigga some quarters and all of that, and then the money don't touch with the pink slip and all of that. Money wasn't touching and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I got wind of the situation. I was like, nah, they can't be doing something like that. So, you know, I pulled him to the side and I was like, yo, listen, man, I don't want nothing from you. I'm gonna make sure your money touch. Just make sure you take care of me, man. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, you could do that? I was like, yeah, don't worry about them niggas. He was like, all right, cool. So, you know, I called them niggas to the yard, born son style. Born son style, called them niggas to the yard. I said, yo, you see bro right here? I said, y'all probably got the last of that shit that, you know, whatever he went and got last week, but this week coming, that's it. It's a wrap for y'all. He's bringing that over here to me, and if y'all send a missile at the nigga, man, I'm gonna send a missile at you, and you gonna be gone. And they left him alone, and you know, he was up under the home team from there. And I was making thousands of dollars off. That's how much shit he was bringing in there. I was making thousands of dollars off that nigga. Yeah, so I was on the north side and I was on the south side. I was on pretty much every house there. And it has been certain times when I come in the house and the police be like, nah, I don't want you in here. They wouldn't let me come in the motherfucker. Then they'll just bounce me to someplace else. Yeah, yo. My counselor was telling me, like, you know, transfer, because I wanted to get closer to the town. Even though the cat is close to the town, they was like, no transfers is available close to the town. They didn't want to send me to the Hudson because my classification was too high. So they was giving me a run around for about 8 years for my transfer. And then finally they sent me to Groveland, which is way further up. Finally they sent me to Groveland, and that's where I met my boy and Live and my brother Nine up there. And that was like being in a whole different world. It was like the Buffalo Rochester environment, because that was their jail.
That's the shit that got a bowling alley or some shit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep, and that's their jail, the Buffalo Rochester dudes. That was their jail.
They was running that.
Yeah, they was running that joint. I ain't gonna front. They was running that.
Shit was still popping off in Groveland too.
Shit was popping off, but it was more grown man shit. It wasn't that adolescent shit. It wasn't every hour on the hour. Greene is every hour on the hour popping off. 5 niggas is leaving a day in Greene, at least, from cuts. But up there in Groveland, it was a little bit more laid back, but shit was going down. And by that time, the Bloods is already, throughout the whole state. So that was pretty much like a blood jail. It was pretty much a blood jail. But my man Crime, I don't know if you know my man Crime Boss. He's from East New York. I don't know if you remember Crime.
Nah, I remember Crime from Farragut. That used to be with Glock. That was Greene.
Not that Crime. That's my boy. Where he at?
I ain't speak to son in a long time, man. I spoke to him a couple of times when he came home, and I ain't speak to son in a minute.
Yeah, that was my boy. Me and him, we like Pac. Me and him like Pac, and every time he come through the mess hall, he be like, "Yo, what's up, outlaw?" That was our shit.
I was on my Pac shit heavy. We was all Crime. Know I was on my Pac shit heavy, but nah, I don't know the other Crime though. I think I know who you talking about though.
Yeah, he was from the east, but he was in Greene with us. But when we got up to Groveland, he was Crip. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted to rub him out of there because he was Crip, but he wasn't no bitch ass nigga, no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't going out like that. So we went out there to the yard with that nigga and was like, nah, y'all ain't doing that. That's out. He with us, bro. We neutral. We ain't into that. I don't really know too much about it. But I know if you stand up or whatever, you with me. And you got a problem, a nigga walking down the street with me, and you got a problem with that nigga, you got to do that shit on your time. Don't do that shit when the nigga's with me.